I bid you all good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you may be watching this transmission. It is I, Mike Martins, bringing you another important New Zealand housing/economic homeless update. Oh yeah, you can fit it all in one sentence, and that's very scary. And big hug down to all the Kiwis down there that watch the channel. Please subscribe and also share this video to get the message out there, guys. It's the message. Anyway, so here it is. It's coming from us. From The Guardian. The Guardian. It's French. No, it's English. It's The Guardian. And all sectors of New Zealand housing market severely unaffordable. It says survey. We knew this. We knew this is happening. New Zealand basically opened its doors full blast to foreign investing and getting in more investors, wealthy investors. Now, it's not just New Zealand that's on the hook for competing for wealthy investors. Canada, even parts of Seattle, California, Oregon, Australia, the UK, London. Well, London started it at first in about 2011. They started purging or advertising in mainland China to get more wealthy investors there. And then around 2012, 2013, the same phenomena started happening in Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and the phenomena got stronger and stronger. And then up at 2017, you start seeing this phenomena in Ireland, and then now Northern Ireland and Scotland. All those countries are being hit hard with lots of foreign investing. Up until 2017, they never heard of bidding wars in Dublin, and it's completely transformed the city. So don't forget to join us on Wednesday nights, guys, for Trends in the Housing Market Live, where we get call-ins. And if you are in New Zealand, I would love to hear. That will be Thursday, like 2 p.m. your time. I think 2 p.m. Thursday your time in the afternoon. So not too sure. Check your local time zone. Okay, the housing crisis, which Labour government pledged to address, has spread to the provinces. So what's happened is a lot of people have left the major cities and moved into smaller communities. You see it from Sydneyans moving to Hobart. You see Vancouverites moving from Vancouver, Canada, moving into the interior. You see it from Seattle all the way down to LA County, people migrating east, wagons east in America instead of west, moving to Salt Lake City, Utah, Nevada, Arizona, all these other places. So this is what's happening, and it's a phenomena that's basically selling out the middle class, right? Every urban housing market in New Zealand is regarded as severely unaffordable. A major report has found, despite efforts by the government to address skyrocketing prices. Remember, Jacinda Ardern went in, and her and Phil Tyford, the housing minister at the time, they were going to do a Kiwi build thing, and it's been an absolute disaster. I think they built 12 homes of the 100,000 they were going to do, or 13 homes, and it didn't work. Okay, so people can't compete with the laundered money. I think there's about $20 to $50 billion laundered via New Zealand real estate from foreign investing or money laundering, right? So the Demographia of International Housing Affordability Survey studied more than 300 urban housing markets in 8 countries and found that housing in New Zealand was now more than 7 times the median income, making out of reach for most. The country's housing crisis, which has seen the homeless population grow and the waiting list for the state house reach record highs, has spread to the provinces, the ACT Party's leader, David Seymour, said. The effect of this is that even well-paid professional Kiwis are unable to buy homes in the cities where they work. So we saw this happen in Sydney. So what they did was they just start building affordable housing, but segregate it where you got to make $80,000 a year to be considered allowable to live as a public sector worker, but you're not getting the affordable housing people that actually need the affordable housing. They're giving it to the professionals, right? So they actually put an article up like this. Vancouver deems, is it 34? So $3,400. So you guys could give it rent as affordable. Let's see if we can find it. Yeah, here we go. So why did the city of Vancouver publish this and make sure it got on all the front pages? This is City of Vancouver in Canada, okay? City of Vancouver now defines $3,702 rent as affordable housing. Well, people that require affordable housing make nowhere near that much. So why is it? Because the professionals can no longer live in their cities anymore. So they're gonna set it up like that. So if you make 80 to 100 and something $1,000, then you qualify for affordable housing. They did it on purpose so the public sector workers don't leave, right? So let's go back here. Here we go. It costs too much and takes too long to build a house. New Zealand is one of the least densely populated countries in the world, but government has driven land prices up with the result that housing has become severely unaffordable. Seymour said councils around the country need to urgently free up land to build up more houses. See, now they're building up, but they're building up into a melt up. Let them do it. Let them build up into a melt up, and you're going to see houses going for a quarter of the current price right now. Let them build up in a melt up. Go ahead, do it. I dare you. And a lack of affordable housing is a serious threat to the middle class. What middle class? It's working poor. Demographic class unaffordable housing is anything more than 3 times the median income. That's how it is in the States. 3.4 actually, the annual median income. Now, in cities like Toronto, heck, even in New Zealand, you got to work like 17 years to afford to put down a house for just a down payment on a house, not buy it out. The Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern, was voted in office in 2017, and we discussed this, how they banned foreign investing, they banned foreign buyers, but I think it's a little too late because it's just not going to fly anymore, right? With the vow to fix the housing crisis, but the government's flagship affordable housing scheme, Kiwi Builds, drew the ire of voters after it built only 47 homes in 6 months. I thought it was 16 homes. The housing minister who oversaw the Kiwi Build fiasco was sacked, and the new minister, Megan Woods, admitted the scheme had been overly ambitious. The target of building 100,000 affordable homes in 10 years has been scrapped. Well, after they get voted in, of course they're going to scrap it. Community housing providers said that although the government was trying hard, they were not seeing real changes, and working Kiwis were increasingly falling into the precarious housing and homelessness. The opposition spokeswoman on housing, Judith Collins, said the Labour had overpromised. It talked a big game on the housing, but failed to deliver meaningful change. Remember, guys, on Trends in the Housing Market 2 years ago on the show, I've been doing Trends in the Housing Market for the last million years. Here it is, Trends in the Housing Market on my channel. We talked about it, I think it was a year and a half, 2017, when the elections were up there in New Zealand. It's way back here. New Zealand, here it is, New Zealand. I think it's this one here. We have so many episodes of Trends in the Housing Market, and New Zealand is the second or third most spoken about country because of this phenomena that's been, this goes way back, man. Holy crap. Anyway, so let's go back to reality. Let's go back to where I was talking here. Targanuga was followed, so 9.3 times the median wage, 8.6 and 8.6 the annual median wage in outside of the major cities. The port city was also the 6th most unaffordable city on a global survey, which looked at urban housing markets in Australia, Canada, Hong Kong, Ireland, Singapore, and the United States and the United Kingdom. The affordable housing markets are all located in the U.S. The survey found included Rochester, Oklahoma City, and Cleveland. The affordable housing markets are all in the U.S. Yeah, Miami, West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, all the way up to Glades, across to Port St. Lucie, up to Tampa Bay, up into the Gulf of Florida. I lived in Florida for 5 years. I know. I had a business down in Miami. I know. It's like, buddy's going to buy a house. Everyone's like, so what? $100,000. Oh, big deal. You bought a house. You can make that in 2 years. But now, other countries, what they're going through, holy crap. Housing is like, what? Why? Because we sold out to the highest bidders. That's plain and simple. The least affordable global housing markets are located in New Zealand, Australia, and Hong Kong. Hong Kong is the least affordable housing market at 20.8, followed by Vancouver, Sydney, Melbourne, Los Angeles, Toronto, and Auckland. Now, if you look at the pattern of all these cities, they all have bidding wars, and a lot of them are predominantly Chinese. So that's what's happening. Vancouver, Sydney, Melbourne, all these cities are becoming more and more predominantly Chinese. You're seeing more and more empty homes. Los Angeles, for every homeless person, there's 4 empty vacant units, and that's driving up prices, and homeowners are becoming wealthy on paper and turning cities into empty shells. Now, oh, Mike, that's 4 empty units for every home. There's like 47,000 homeless people in LA County. That's like 130,000 empty units. But you're saying, what, Mike, are you telling us that we need to give these people free? No, a lot of these people are pensioners that are homeless. They could, on a modest pension, could live in something $700-800 a month. No, but they want for a one bedroom $2,600. It's not going to fly. This survey is a huge wake-up call, basically, for all involved central and local government. It's a massive social problem. Guys, this is being brought to us from our friends over at The Guardian. And guys, don't forget to check them out. They got some pretty good articles, and it's by Eleanor, Angie, and Roy in Dundee. And thanks for writing this. This is from 2 days ago. I appreciate you guys taking the time to write this article, and I'm grateful to read this. Now, here goes. Let's move on here. New Zealand's waiting list for state housing hits record high. You don't need state housing. Create more jobs. Give the middle-class workers more jobs. Remember back in the Eisenhower administration when Eisenhower gave the money more to the private sector workers, so it was in the hands of the workers? That's how it works. Then these people could pick and choose where they want to live. A lot of people want to become productive instruments in society. They want to produce. They want to have families. They want to lay roots. They don't want to be part of this whole new grand scheme of garbage. Look at this. List has more than doubled the size to 14,500 in 2 years since Jacinda Ardern promised to fix the crisis. You're not going to fix the crisis. Like I said, if New Zealand wants to move forward, they need to become individualists when it comes to a made in New Zealand product. Something New Zealand needs to focus on and not depend on Chinese to buy it. I mean a global market. They need to export to more of a bigger market, but something that's only New Zealand. Something that you could only buy and made in New Zealand. You know what I'm saying? Something they need to find something. They need to find their niche in the world market. That's what they need to do. Not more affordable housing. They need more better paying jobs, if you ask me. So we're going to do a little bit of shopping today. The houses you could buy for $700,000 around New Zealand. Here it is. Look at that. It's got wooden carpenter stairs built. They're not even painted. Oh my God, this looks so good. Look at that. If I had $700, I'd buy this. Wait, $700. This is $700,000 New Zealand dollars. Look at that. $679. Look at this thing. $538, around $700,000. You could get this 3-bedroom. I don't know. I don't know. So what I did, Mikey Martins, what did he do? He actually took the currency, converted it into United States dollars. That's 457,000 American dollars. That's so much money in America. Holy crap. What can you buy for that? So we took a look around. So it's so high. The only houses I could find are around $200,000-300,000, and they're all mansions. So let's start up to the top here. I found some beautiful homes in good areas where younger families are starting to move to. Look at this one, $398, 5 bedrooms, almost 3,200 square feet. That's a house. You see, that's a $400,000 American house. Look at that. It's got a pool too. It's got 2 pools. It's got that one and it's got a hot tub. Like, what the heck is going on here? And then, like, Mike, why do you talk about Florida? Because I know Florida. I lived in Florida 5 years. I had a business in Miami. Look at this one, $297. For the price of this thing? Where did that thing go? For the price of this thing? You could buy 2 of these. And then people are like, oh, what about jobs, Mike? You're telling me a state with 20 million people, there's no work? There's opportunity to grow with 20 million people. There's everything. Like, you could get into anything niche and you will make it with 20 million people. Look at this thing. Wow, look at the back of it. Well, man, all you have to do is trim your grass once or twice a week for every year. It's summer all year round, so you got to kind of maintain it all year round. But that's okay, you know. Let's see what we got here. This is a fixer-upper. I saw this on Trends in the Housing Market. This is a beautiful house. This is in West Palm Beach. This is like 3 miles from Donald Trump's house. and it's a huge house. It's like two houses in one, and there's an atrium that connects this. I already looked into this, and then there's a second house in the back here that connects from a bridge inside. They built a bridge, like a skywalk, from one house to the other. I mean, if you could spend $140,000, you could fix this and clean it up. And if you're handy, you could probably fix it for about $60,000 in material. And that's like everything done nice. And you're in West Palm Beach, right? And you're in a very good area too, from where this area is here. So that's what I'm trying to say to you guys. It's like I talk about Florida a lot because I know my friend's trying to sell his house for $210,000 in the fashion district, and he can't find anything. You know what I'm saying? He can't sell it to nobody for like $200,000. All right, what else do we got here? Like, I mean, look at this one, $359. It's a nice, good starter home for a family. It's got a wow. Look at this hot tub. What? With the waterfall going in the pool, so it's always circulating fresh water. It just goes on forever. Let me see here. So, I mean, like, who's gonna, like, and this is, like, more of the pricier homes I got in here. I'm not looking, like, I could find, like, something similar to something else for half the price, right? Wow, this looks good. Wow. Hey, man, look, come meet me in my backyard. Wow. Wow. These are $400,000 homes right here. It's even in a gated community, too. So then you got tennis courts that everybody shares, and then outdoor pool. You have your own pool, but then this is your pool, but then you have a pool you share with everybody else that's in the community, in the gated community. And then there's a clubhouse where you could have parties there. Look at this thing. Look. Wake up, people. This is what, you know what I'm saying? What are we looking at here? Like $1,900 a month? That includes everything, all inclusive. Wow. Oh, Mike, that's American dollars. Oh, Mike. You're making American dollars if you live in America. I'm just trying to kind of wake you guys up that housing, good housing, and major... Look, there's another one in West Palm Beach I just saw here. Kissimmee is another area that's going up fast. This one's in Haines City, Florida. Beautiful house. Look at this. Like the White House. Look at this thing. It looks like the Scarface compound. 48 pictures, nothing to hide. Look at this. 48 pictures. The Scarface compound. Here it is. It just keeps going and going. At $1,400 a month, $375. Price cut of $24,000. So it's had a price cut. 7 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, 4,600 square feet. So if you're gonna look at this thing, look at the back of it. If you're gonna spend that much on a house, if you're gonna buy this for like $500,000 US, you might as well buy this for $375 and bank the rest if you have the. I mean, if you have the money to buy that one outright in New Zealand, just buy this. That's it. Just buy this and you're done. You know what I mean? You work from home, or especially if you work from home and you can do logistics and you work from home logistically and it works and it makes sense. I don't know, guys. I'm just trying to wake people up to let them know that, okay, you want to really, okay, here it is. This is in Riverview, Florida. So if you want a really good starter, affordable home, $294, you could get this down to $1,100 a month, 6 bedrooms, 3 baths. This gets you started, $900 a year in property tax. So this could get you started. It's carpeted floors. It's 6 bedrooms, 3 baths, but it's still a good family starter home. That's what people in New Zealand want. And then you telling me there's no work in these? You think people don't work here? Well, people say, oh, Mike, what about jobs? I'd rather honestly work for $10 an hour and have that house, okay, and my partner working at $10 an hour, and keep my living within a means that I could afford to live, and not buy a house to hope it goes up and make profit off it. I'd rather, this is basically the price of this. Realistically, is 2 of these, 2 6 bedrooms. So, I mean, you could Airbnb it out. Look at this. You could even have some sort of a religious retreat thing here. Put a fence up in your backyard. Put a little pool. Just have a religious retreat thing and bring people down. I mean, there's the possibilities are endless. Pick people up, shuttle service at the airport. Come down in Florida. I don't know. Like, just figure it out. open your mind. Think of ways. There's always some entrepreneurship in everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to throw this out there. I just, anyways, guys, don't forget to join the channel. If you could join the channel and really super cheap, be part of the hope and support the community. Go ahead and buy a t-shirt and whatever, some swag for the shop. Don't forget, if you want to message me on Facebook, you can message me directly, links. If you want me to read specific links on the show, I have no problem doing that for you guys. This is the Australia's Unaffordable Lifestyle. Everything's up there too. So if you guys want to be part of this, please go ahead and message me directly, and I will get your message directly. The links to my channel are found on top here of the YouTube channel. You could directly message me on Facebook, or you go to About here, and you could find me here on... Oh, I'm not on the About here. Sorry, guys. I'm up on the links up top, okay? Let me know what you guys think. Lots of love to my Kiwi friends down under. And you know what? Something's going to have to give soon, because people are the people sleeping rough, people being put up in hotels, the meth testing, the black mold, all this Mickey Mousing. They got to let people live their lives, and more governments need to put the hands in workers, middle-class workers. Money needs to go into the hands of entrepreneurship. Money needs to go into the hands of the small businesses. Money needs to go into the hands of the people that matter. Stop giving money to these massive corporations. Start charging Amazon taxes. Start charging these big corporations that are eating up all the small businesses in New Zealand. Start charging them a tax. And start going crazy with that, because then the corporation ship leaves, you get more middle-class businesses opening up, because you could secure and you could protect the middle class / working poor workers. Let me know what you guys think. Lots of love to my friends down under. And share this video if you want to support the transmission.